right, in 5, 4, 3,
Cheap flights.
2, 1.
Cornbread.
How's it going, everyone? This is Frank Cavone, the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast.
You know, they make so much fucking big deals out of those Infinity Stones. I think the kidney stones are the most powerful stones in the universe.
Yeah, I think everyone was really giving Thanos too much hype.
Yeah, seriously.
Like in reality, if Ant-Man, think about it, Ant-Man is like this tall. He could have climbed into the urethra.
He absolutely could have climbed
and
into the
planted
urethra.
at least one kidney stone. That would have put him out for. What, at least a few days.
It would have saved Iron Man. It would have saved half the world,
If that
actually.
was me, that puts me out for the rest of my life. I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
done. Ant-Man's climbing
Have
in
you
me.
ever,
and
have you ever
planting-
had a kidney stone, dude?
No.
They-
I'm terrified.
Dude, I got one when I was 11.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Dude, I don't know how it happened.
Bro, that sounds
But,
like you don't
dude,
even know what's happening.
Dude, I don't know. It just freaked me out. I didn't even know. My diet wasn't even. I never had a super poor diet. I just had to pee one day, and then all of a sudden, you're like midstream, and then it's like straight pain.
Oh,
I
man.
have
no.
never cried that hard in my life. I have watched my dog get hit by a car. I have watched a person die. But dude, kidney stone when you're 11.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
So anyway, guys, hey, it's a podcast.
How's it going? How's it going, everybody? I just puked in the bathroom.
I'm Doe Quimby.
And I'm Brett Porter.
And this is the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast. We're back to the regular numbering of the episodes. This is episode number 44. And we got a lot to talk about. As you can tell, there's only one camera today. We're keeping it very, very simple. It is a Friday. And yeah, so guys, how's your week been?
Dude, it's been going pretty good. Less work at Target, which, is good and bad. So more freelance work on the side, which is always nice, But my legs have literally been in pain all week. So they're just now getting better and can't wait to skate tomorrow and just start the fucking process all over again.
Dude, that's it, man. That's it. What about you, my man?
Dude, I feel like I've been in Groundhog Day this week. It's been the most mundane. Everything has been super predictable type of week. I mean, one fun thing I did get to do between our last podcast and now, my plan was I wanted to have a backup podcast on deck, like an evergreen type podcast, and I was going to have, obviously, my boy Nick and our bar friend, Donnie Springer. And Donnie Springer got drunk by like 11:30 and tapped out. So the whole plan got scrapped. But by that time, I was already on my way to Nick's house with the tote full of all my shit. So we had the idea. We have two cameras that can shoot 4K. Nick's and mine, our cell phones can shoot 8K, which is fucking useless. I mean, in the grand scheme of things currently. But so I had the idea. We're gonna shoot a pool game, and then we are going to do fake commentary over it, where we are going to be doing commentary on ourselves, Brett and Nick playing, but we're gonna have fake names in the broadcasting booth. So he decided on Philip Simon, and I decided to take the most like ethnic name possible. So I decided with Miguel Guadalajara.
That's pretty. You look like a Miguel Guadalajara.
Someone actually, who told me the other day I look Cuban? Someone the other day told me I looked Cuban.
If you were
I can see
tan,
it.
yeah, I would be like,
If I was
yo.
tan, yeah,
Like
that'd be
Midsummer
it.
Brat, kind of looks cute.
Yeah, I'd be like, yo, listen, man.
Who told me I
Give me
looked
some
Cuban?
plantains. We're gonna fry them up, and
That's totally what I think of when I think of Cuba.
Yeah. Nothing
Scarface,
else.
never heard of him.
nope, just plantains. Really green bananas.
Yes, you just fry them, you eat them. Don't eat them raw. That's probably gross.
No, yep. And but yeah, dude, that's cool, man. So fucking making cheap. Sorry, we got so many podcast names now.
Yeah.
Classless Bastard's making its way, man. Right here, dude.
Dude, let me tell you, I learned, so I tried doing multicam. I don't know how to, I fucked that up somehow, so I've had to go piece by piece by piece. And unfortunately, this is a 15-minute pool game, so like every time you're trying to do a strategic cut, it's like, all right, delete 2 of the timelines from here to here, drag it down, and keep going, keep going. I have 2 minutes of it edited so far, and I just, dude, the end will not come soon enough. At some point, I need to learn how to properly do multicam, but for some reason, it said some kind of error message popped up, and it just didn't work.
All right.
So
Well, we can figure that out. I do want to give a big shout out to you because multicamming is a pain in the ass, but you did it and you're almost done with it.
No, I'm like 10% of the way done with it.
It's better than 9%. But yeah, no, we got a really special episode today, and I would get into my week, but I can't even remember what I did yesterday right now. So first off, I just want to say thank you to the Eddies. It was really cool to get an award for something here in the Capital Region, and I just want to say you guys work your ass off, and to be able to share the Mirth Award with you guys and look back. Like, I think the first thing I did when I found out that we won something was I immediately, like, it sent me back. Like, I was like, okay, we've done all this stuff. And we never have a chance to just sit and think about it, you know, like, and I don't think that's important in life, you know. I think it's all about being proactive, but at the same time, like, we bust our ass, you know. We work really hard for what we do, and sometimes it's good to look back and just to think about, like, 2018. We're talking about this not on the podcast, but 2018, you came into the apartment that Doug and I were living at, helped us, you know, get our 1,000 likes while we were smoking nasty cigarettes. Maybe just
cowboy killers.
And
I didn't even smoke cigarettes at the time.
Didn't even smoke cigarettes at the time.
Frankie got me started on a crippling addiction.
Oh man, hey, it happens to the best of us.
It does, and like that's where you know, with the production crew of the year, just want to give another big shout out to Aces Entertainment Group, Dennis Entertainment Group, and Roger and High Peak Sound, just because they are the real deal. There is no, without them, there is no us, there is no band, there is no state, you know, nothing. Like, bands would literally just be playing on the grass or probably in a courtyard somewhere, you know.
Nice little drum circle.
Little drum circle, something like that. But there is so much great talent and great businesses and venues in this area, and it's cool to see people get recognized year after year. And so thank you, Eddies. Thank you for Photographer of the Year. Thank you to every single person in that field. Photography is so much fun, and I encourage every single person to go look at the Eddies nomination list and go check out everybody's work that is on there. Everybody has their own style, and it's really cool. And so thank you for that as well. And then Courtyard Sessions, we will be bringing that back. It is in production at this point, and we basically are going to be announcing the plans with that going forward, but just know that Courtyard Sessions isn't done just because we moved. So, and but yeah, so we thought today would be a great idea, and we got to do this every couple of years. We've done it before. This is not the first time we've told the old story, but today we're going to tell you the story on how I got too drunk last night.
That's the story I want to hear, not gonna lie.
We're gonna tell a story how Mirth Films started. At least a brief
introduction.
Hour. Yeah, this is 101 today. So Mirth Films, Doug. Really, it started with you, man.
It did. So, for unseen circumstances, I was not allowed to go to a fish show when they came to Glens Falls. I think it was, 2013?
2013, yeah.
Which is, I mean, iconic show because, I mean, last time they were there was in the 90s when they got banned and Fishman, you know.
Was that the Halloween '94?
Yeah, that's when Fishman was getting jiggy with it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So obviously, as you know, that was, I think, the height of our fishdom. So I was like, oh man, I need to go to the show. But you know, I had the law on me, so I asked the law. I was like, hey, can I go to the fish show? And they were like, no. I was like, oh man.
Excuse me, law.
You know, I probably could have went if I didn't ask them, but like since I asked them, I was like, oh, they're gonna call my house that night. I'm not gonna be there. I'm like, all right, I can't go. But what I can do is order the cast on like fish.com and you know still watch it.
Fish live stream.
Yes. So I did that, and I went to go like, you know, start watching the show, and my internet was not working. I was like, Dad, what the heck's going on? Reset the internet, reset the router. They're like, I don't know what's happening. I don't think we ever figured it out because I think the bill was paid. It just did not work that night.
Oh, okay.
Just no internet that night. I don't know why. So like at one point I was like, I gave you my like fish login info.
Yes.
Because I was like, dude, like I paid like $30 for the show. Like somebody should watch it. I can't. So about like probably like 30 minutes into the show, I'm just sulking and whatnot. And my dad's just like, hey, why don't you ask, you know, our upstairs neighbor for his Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's that's a great idea. So like, you remember Doug's house, like we had like one entrance out the driveway, and then we had one that went to the front door that also connected to the upper part.
You had 3 entrances though.
Well, I had
Remember
the one through my window.
Yeah, through your window.
But I went for the middle one. I went up to Gaylord's apartment, and I knocked on the door, and I was like, hey man, I kind of explained the whole situation. Like, I got this show I really want to watch. I have no Wi-Fi at the moment. It's kind of a disaster. Can I please have your Wi-Fi password? He was like, yeah, of course, you know. And so he gave me like the Wi-Fi name, which I knew because, you know, you see it.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, and the password is Mirth is King. And I was like, what? But at this time, I didn't have much, I couldn't question it because Fish was playing.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I like, thank you, good sir.
Yep.
Let me get downstairs and watch the show. So I did, and then basically after that, obviously Doug's house, we'd have a lot of people over. So when it got to like 3-4 people over at my house, like, hey, can I get the Wi-Fi? I would just start giving them my neighbor's Wi-Fi. So we kind of had this Wi-Fi password going around, Mirth is King. We never really questioned it. We're like, oh, that's a little, but you know, hey, Mirth is King. You know, I'm not going to question that.
And from that point on, after he leaked this password to us, Wiki leaked it, we just thought it was funny, and it was an inside joke to all of us. Like, we literally would just like, get fucked up at your house.
Yeah.
We'd be like, Mirth is King.
Mirth is King.
Mirth is King. And then, so you couldn't watch the show, the password, you know, from there, nothing really happened.
No.
It took years, and it took purpose too, like, and that's where, like, down the road, and like, I don't know, you guys are everything to me, like, my friends are everything to me, so like, trying to do stuff fun and associated with my friends, with you guys, and, you know, equally, you know, at that time we were, you know, shooting videos, we were just parched from skateboarding, we weren't doing it anymore, but you, at that point, you moved to Vegas.
Yeah, I moved to Vegas in 2015, and I think around like 2016, because 2016 was also skate park grand opening, so it came back for that. But like around that time, you made a couple skits, like one with Caleb and like Connor McLeod, Banana Peels. I think you also made Mr. Steal Your Trick.
Mr. Steal Your Trick was actually the first Mirth Films video ever.
Okay.
First time, actually. So that's when, at that point, it was like, you know, we want to make fun, creative, original content. I'm hanging out with Caleb Lewis a lot, Connor. We're making stupid videos. I'm like just graduated from college, like have the ambition to want to create stuff without being told to, and do it with my friends. And so from there, 2017 hits, we make Mr. Steal Your Trick, and then the idea is like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna call this page, this or that? And this was like the first little highlight of Mirth Films. I don't call it the start because it didn't, what you know Mirth Films from 2018 on is a whole different thing. So like, we were just making skits, you know, just doing, and at that, and I'm not gonna lie, I envy that time, because sometimes the simplicities in life are the best, you know? And when you're hanging out with Caleb Lewis every day, shit gets pretty interesting. So 2017, we make Mr. Steal Your Trick. I created the Mirth Films Facebook page.
Yep, and that's also when I moved back from Las Vegas, because I also saw like Banana Peels, and I'm just like, I don't need to be out here editing real estate videos. I need to be back in New York helping Frankie make extra videos.
Which he ended up coming back, and then like after that, like 2017 era, like of like, oh, let's do this, and then realizing it's like how hard it is to produce for the week. Nothing happened at all until I got ticked one day. Until I got ticked. Sorry.
What do you mean?
So at that point in time, you know, we're developing this thing for live music. You know, we're going out, we're shooting shows. This stuff is living on ACUTUAL Productions. This stuff is living on Mirth Films, depending on what. Not even like the jump wasn't made yet. But what made the jump happen was, unfortunately, just a bad working situation with another publication. I felt like I was putting in a lot of hard time and effort, and like, and not asking for a lot, and knowing that I had to learn the ropes with photography, because I didn't start shooting concerts until 2016. So I knew that, okay, yeah, I'm not going to be able to shoot one of my favorite bands for a couple of years. It's just, you know, you pay your time, man. And I paid my time. I even shot Brad Paisley, which, fuck. I'll go puke in the bathroom for saying that too, but like
Dude, stop. He is a phenomenal
it really
guitar
wasn't
player.
him. It was everything else. It was the poppy country openers and like having to sit, because it was the first concert at SPAC, and it's fucking downpouring. They have to have everybody come inside under, so it's just a bunch of country bumpkins and my little ass, and I'm just like, this is a nightmare. This is the worst thing I've ever asked for myself. So sorry, Sly, but I was doing basically I was doing shows that I didn't want to do just to do them, just to prove my worth, I guess. So I did my time. I did it for a couple years, and I was like, felt like I was getting not undermined, but like there was a lot of favoritism in this publication that I was working for, and I was quite honestly pretty fed up with it. And we already have these original videos coming out that we're doing for fun. So it was like, why don't we just host this shit under one thing? We know how to, you know, reach out to bands. You know, we're already doing the video thing, something nobody else is doing, and it's not even for that reason. Who gives a shit if people are doing it or not? We're doing it because we liked it. Mm-hmm. But like, so it started out of, I will say a little vengeance. Like, I felt burned, and I know what it's like to freelance. You know what it's like to freelance. You do too. And like, you work a fucking long day. I mean, video production to me is like almost equally as hard as construction in some ways, because it's not as labor intensive as that, but it is mentally draining. And I mean, we have to set up, you know, for like an hour each. You know, there's time and effort. So I'll just like, fuck that. I'm not going to be treated this way and let, you know, other people take advantage of me being nice, because I am a yes man. There's no fucking denying it. But like, I just was like, this is enough. We can do this on our own, so let's fucking do it. 2018 rolls around. The first video is made in what is Mirth Films, which was the King Juno Dread Free Smoke video, just like this random dude who Ramon met through Ubering, also liked to rap, so we just had him sit down on the couch and rap. It was great. The video got 1,000 views. I can't complain. I was like, all right,
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I did not watch this. I didn't realize.
He had a couple bars.
So this was one of Ramon's passengers he Ubered for.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Oh, no,
hilarious.
maybe vice versa. No, yeah, it was one of his passengers.
No, I definitely
It makes
think
more sense that the rapper is the Uber driver.
No, yeah,
Well,
I think it,
also, I know like Ramon did. I think it was like an article about like some Uber stuff. Like if you're a driver, so I think he was an Uber driver.
I could
at
see that.
time.
he was. He did top 5 Uber tips.
Yeah.
And which is cool. Like we didn't know what we were doing like at all. We don't know still. And like, so it was just anything helps at that point. And
I remember writing an article about skateboarding in life, and I was like, this is fun. And then like every single article after that was, oh my god, hated it.
you hate writing.
Much writing in those
one of
first
the
early years.
Yeah, and like, but one of the early on ones that you did still is one of the best articles of the whole website, which is Super Mario Party.
Well, I mean, hey, thank you for having a Switch and buying Super Mario Party.
I think that lifetime has been like clicked on like 30,000 times.
Dude, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
isn't
good.
that crazy? Like,
I think I found our new 30,000 one.
let's hear it.
Top 5 wrestling promos.
Top
Wrestling.
5 wrestling promos. Sorry, I got to get a little WrestleMania in there.
Waiting for the mic to drop.
So we were, at that point, the ball was rolling. We had a concept. We had the website. The website was made on Ramon's couch, which I'm going to keep that couch for the rest of my life. Without that, I spent countless hours like in that early phase, just like writing mind-melting articles and like producing for the Now, learning early on. It's quantity versus quality. That's gonna run you dry pretty quick. So,
Dude, you were so hard about that quantity, dog.
I was
but
so
like, it
hard.
made sense, especially in the early days. I mean, we wanted to be able to produce as much as we could, and have like we had this place for everything to be produced, for everything to be showcased. So it's like we wanted to really put out there. It's like, hey, we're in the music reviews, we're covering music, we're doing fun photos,
Yep.
we're doing videos. So just having all of that I definitely remember, just always like, okay, what can we do another article about? What can we do another article about? What can we do another article about?
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man.
It's really awesome, especially even like looking back at all this, like just like how much content we're able to produce back then. Like we're always on one, and that's where like the podcast rooms came from. It's like, well, we should do a video a week.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, we have all of this equipment. Like we could definitely just do a podcast.
Exactly.
Like, we sit around and talk anyway, so let's just put it on the camera and see what happens.
And I will say, if it wasn't for that Kind of Life, Kind of Living podcast, like those first couple episodes, I think we would have been a completely different company, because like I only bought that fucking device to learn how to live stream, and if I didn't have the podcast, I would not know how to live stream. Hence, like half the products we offer now like would not even exist, Yeah. But before we get into like the meaning of Mirth, multiple meanings of Mirth, and some questions about the name, Brett, please remind me. It was 2018, but when did the conversation start? Because like I cannot fucking think about it.
How it started was the first thing that I wanted to shoot for you guys. The two first things that I shot with Mirth they're actually pretty close to each other. Doug and I shot the Warrensburg garage sale.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I remember the most important thing about that is how much I fucking loved Doug's Camry. Because at the time, I had the 2000 LE, but he had the 1999 XLE, the luxury edition.
Oh, you had the luxury, dude. That thing
with
was
the
so nice.
sunroof and the power windows and power seat for the passenger, too.
Did it have heated seats as well, or no?
It may have.
Okay. It was a comfy car, though.
I literally wanted to buy that fucking car off of him. And instead, we went to the Warrensburg garage sale, and I bought random stuff. I bought the cheapest cologne ever, and I like haggled with him, because the Warrensburg garage sales aren't garage; they're vendors now.
Yeah.
You got to go on the back streets to get the good stuff. But yeah, so that was the first video I ever did, and then what's her name? We shot a Comic-Con together, and I asked just the worst questions ever.
That's right.
Like, it might have been unusable.
I remember trying to put that video together,
And
it was me, not you.
Dude,
That's when I was trying to basically the device that we're recording on here today, I would try to keep the camera going, have that device in my pocket or on my camera mounted, and then after try to sync it all in post. And I was like,
fuck,
this is not happening. But yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I mean, rightfully so, though. There were some furries there. It was a weird time.
Well, because so at that point, I had just started playing Dungeons and Dragons, which I love. I love the game.
Yeah.
I don't dress up as the character I'm playing. I don't dress up as in an animal costume and have sex with other people dressed in animal costumes. I think that those things make me normal. And so I was way out of my fucking element. So the first time we went, it was Marissa and I. And so we went, and I remember someone was selling the textbooks for Dungeons and Dragons. And I was like, how many people here do you think are furries? It's like, too many. It's like, good, great answer. Not like, when you're interviewing people, you don't want those short answers, but I think it proved the point.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then I was like, how many people do you think are virgins? He's like, puts his hand up. He's like, I'm done with this. Found
Which is
one.
A valid question.
Found one, dude. But yeah, and then after that, I think the next time I was involved with Mirth,
Birch Bark, right?
Before that.
Really?
Podcast.
Okay. Yes.
So, episode 7, Soft Coffee, was the name of it. And I remember two very important things. You asked me to grab beer on the way, and they didn't have Busch, so I grabbed Milwaukee's Best. And I remember someone in the live stream was talking shit to me, and I overreacted greatly. And it was like, dude, go back home go jerk off to a picture of Trey Anastasio and get out of here, dude. And I immediately, in that moment, felt this is not my scene. I have overstepped a lot. And then after that, you were like, hey, we're ordering shirts. Do you want to throw down on shirts? I'm like, yeah, I'll throw down on shirts.
Oh my God.
It's like, fuck yeah, dude, let's do this. And then the Birch Bark video.
That one killed.
Which, dude, then they're not around anymore. But now they're bitchin' donuts.
They're Bitchin' Donuts right in Albany or Troy?
Somewhere in Albany.
Okay, Capital Region, Bitchin' Donuts.
Bitchin'
But
Donuts.
that was a great video early on. Like
so fun.
It definitely got the views. Like it was fun to go back into the kitchen and look at what they were cooking on. Like, holy shit.
Dude, that whole restaurant was so fucking tiny, dude.
It was. Like, they were literally cooking on, like, a kitchen stove. Like a home kitchen stove.
Yeah.
Not like
That
a...
doesn't seem right.
Like an apartment stove.
Yeah.
That does not seem right at all.
Oh,
for a
I mean,
restaurant.
the building was shaped awkwardly, and the kitchen, when they like bought or leased that piece of the building, whoever was working on the kitchen beforehand just kind of left like halfway mid operation. Was like, ah, fuck it.
Oh man.
So they were like trying to put Legos and Mega Blocks together,
Pretty much, yeah.
and
And
they
it
still
was-
made some cool stuff.
And they did. Great Reubens, great, the
Avocado
French fries. Yes, the avocado fries. I mean, the list goes on. And so Mirth, really, like, what is the meaning of mirth? You could take this in a few different ways. And I've had a lot of people ask me, did you name Mirth Films because of the Chalk Dust Torture song? And I'm like, absolutely not.
Dude, actually, I remember when like Break This Up early days. Like, I think that was one of the songs you wanted me to like learn. And I was like, he's not even using real words. He's like, come some of my mirth, baby, work out, like, and then like jump in your family berserk. I'm like, dude, like, what do you want from me, Frank? He's like, just they're words, just learn them.
Just
I was
the
like,
words,
all right.
Which I understand, because that is a mouthful. And like, and I didn't even, I'm one of those people who, if I don't know the lyrics of the song, I'm just like humming along and still acting like I'm singing it. And I never knew that until Mirth. I was like, ooh, no way. And then I was like, okay. And, but Mirth, I will say on that note, and I don't quote me for this, and I don't know if Trey actually did this for this reason, but like the first time I ever photographed Mirth, fish was the TU Center, and while I was in the pit, they played Chalk Dust Torture, and they played like a 20-minute version, and I had my shirt on, and it said Mirth Films.
The rest was history.
In my head, I would like to think he saw the shirt. In reality, probably not. But I was like,
I mean, you
this
were
is a
the
very
closest one to
special moment.
him.
I mean, yeah.
If anybody's shirt he's gonna see, it would have been yours.
Who knows, Trey?
Yeah, no, we're putting that down. He saw your shirt. Played that song for
Thanks, Trey. I really was hoping for that one.
Until you tell us otherwise, that's what we're rolling with.
Yeah. Come on.
Well, I mean, but
So
so a lot of people think that's where Mirth came from.
a lot of people have said that to me. Mirth, actually, I never even looked up the meaning of mirth. I didn't until somebody was like, "Oh, mirth means happiness." Like, if you look it up on Google, that's what it says.
It's a biblical term.
Which, yes, so it is a biblical term.
Yeah.
So in what sense?
So mirth in the Bible is this. It was a torture device used against heretics, against the God Almighty, and it was like next to hellfire and brimstone, like, and then it was mirth, like that was like dying a thousand deaths. None of that's true. No.
Oh, I thought you were serious. I was gonna say.
In the Bible, mirth is like all that is good.
I was like, yeah, I read the wrong Google article back in the day.
It's a thesaurus. Yeah.
Dude.
So yeah, I mean, all things good. I mean, I wouldn't say all things that we make is good, but we try
All
to.
things good enough.
But the fact that had that meaning and it meant more than just an inside term actually was pretty cool at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And like Mirth is King, like, why the fuck would you have that as your password? Well, Doug, why? I mean, give us a little background. Who is your upstairs neighbor?
He was a Shriner.
Okay. What is a Shriner to the general public?
I think they're like a part of the Freemasons. I don't know, there's some sort of society.
They give back, right?
They give back, yeah. They definitely help like kids in need. You see them during parades in their go-karts.
They collect can tabs.
Do they collect? They do a lot for like
Do
the
they really?
community.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, real nice. Like he was honestly like, I've gone through like 6 upstairs neighbors since then. Oh my God, I wish I had him as my upstairs neighbor, man.
Oh yeah.
No, he was a really great individual, and so he's part of the Shriners, so I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. Is probably like a term they use in there. Mirth is king, which I mean, when you look it up, like happiness is king is basically what I've kind of come to terms with what that mainly means. So
Yeah.
I mean, okay, like that's not creepy. That's something I can get down with. That's not a scary, creepy sort of like, I don't know who this guy Mirth is, but
Yeah.
I hope he's a nice individual.
Can't wait to meet him.
But no, yeah, he was a great dude. He was a Shriner. I don't really know too much about Shriners. When I
Me neither.
Watch YouTube videos about secret societies, they normally don't pop up.
They ride go-karts.
They ride go-karts. They seem pretty chill. I think they like to have a good time. I know he had a lot of booze in the shed.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
And they wear the hats too, like the hats with the string hanging off. Like I always thought that was like, like you'll see like in the cartoons, like one of those guys with the hat with the string,
SpongeBob right
playing
now with
playing
it.
a flute, like getting a
Like
snake to
charming a
dance.
snake,
Yeah, a snake charmer. That's what I thought a Shriner was.
This whole
Dude, I was
time.
like, yes, charming snake. Nope.
There's no cobra, just rattle.
I mean, dude, I imagine they probably could with their vibes.
They probably could,
no
you know.
flute needed. Just
Just strictly vibes.
Yeah,
And that
just twirl the
snake's-
string. Yeah.
Dude, me and my wildcats.
That's funny. So no, our goal really at the end of the day is like, okay, to provide a solid experience for anybody who wants to make the leap into concert photography and take it seriously. And I always tell the people that work for us, use this as a board to jump off from, to make your own connections and follow your own path. I don't own you. You don't own him. You know,
I don't
like
own anybody.
we don't own your photos. Like we just want to. I don't know. I wish I had that. Like I mean, I did kind of have that. I will say, like I definitely did have an element of that. But I want to give them the best experience.
No, and it's really awesome being able to have this platform that, I mean, kind of just like the skate park, that's something that we didn't have growing up. I would have loved to have seen and been a part of. So it's awesome to be able to have, a beauty company that, we can have people just come or, just get into photography, get to show them the ropes. Because, just remember like going to like cover my first shows with you. It's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. You come up and he's like, all right, settings this, and that. And you're like, all right, now I can see.
And so with that, like if you see another photographer in the pit or, this is not a competition. Like help out your fellow brother. That's really it. Or sister, like
we're all a community.
yes, we are. And I mean, man, like even like just like some of the ideas and things that you guys have brought into this, like Classless Bastards, like that shitty 24-hour podcast idea, which we are doing, but not anytime
It's a
soon.
love-hate relationship with that podcast.
But you brought that in,
the
man.
48-hour podcast coming in November.
You know what? We could do it. We could
could.
do it. As long as if we did it like,
Shifts.
yeah, one person does a 24-hour shift, another person does a 24-hour shift.
Well, we'll talk about it. We'll discuss
8
this
on, 8 off, 8 on, 8 off until we're done.
Yeah.
That's not
Everyone
bad.
comes back in the last
We get
time.
all of the OG members, all of the new members. If
Yes.
if you've covered one show for us, written one article, coming.
You are, we own you for at least 8 hours.
One of a big person behind the scenes that I think we give love and we joke around, but I think is definitely one of those people who's always been there believing in us is Dylan McKenzie.
6 man.
Yeah, Dylan
man.
has been there to catch us, at our worst, make sure we're getting our shit fixed. And I mean, dude, like he doesn't need to support us. Like the fact that he
been fans
does.
since day one.
It is his, it's just his prerogative.
And thank you, man. Like it's really awesome to call you a friend. And dude, keep on keeping on.
Yeah, man, you genuine one.
But other people, just to there's like you said, there's so many people who've been involved with Mirth Films. Tom Schassler, love you, man. We had Kyle Frisbee had a little bit.
What's his real last name?
Jamie Goldberg, yes, that is actually his last name, Kyle Frisbee.
Frisbee.
Who else do we have? We have, we got Amy Clem, one of our newest. We have Nick DeCoco, one of our great metal photographer, and shoots a bunch of other things too. We got the extended family. We got Nick Bull, co-host of a Mirth Films podcast now.
Dude, yeah.
We got Dave Vanscoy,
Mirth Minute superfan
Davey. And who else? I mean, shit, there's a whole list of people.
There's
Adri.
a lot of people, a lot of support.
A lot of people, a lot of support. And if I keep on trying to remember them, man, I'm going to leave some names out.
I mean, dude, lest you forget Max LaPointe.
Max LaPointe. Got to give a huge shout out to Max LaPointe. Today's the sponsor of the podcast today is Max LaPointe. And why? Because
he's my man.
Pots and pans.
All right.
Okay.
Woo! All
Want
right.
to talk about it?
I don't know.
All right. Yeah, I forgot.
I don't know the whole thing.
Here's the whole, so it's my man. Pots and pans. All right.
Woo! Let's talk about
Want
it.
to talk about it? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
And that, as soon as "do you want to talk about it" comes up, that's like code for bust out the fucking Rumplemans and drink the fucking rumpies, bud.
The rumps.
So yeah, so definitely have to thank Max LaPointe and his, I believe his sister and her partner purchased the Interlochen Inn in Lake Placid, and he has since relocated up there with his woman, and it seems like they're having fun because I don't see him here much anymore. Also, my boy Sam Girardi, the first and only person to tell me that I looked like John Daly, and at first I thought it was an insult, but then I looked at John Daly's fashion and was quite flattered. I don't know where he's working now, but he's a handsome fella. I can only imagine he's a server somewhere schmoozing like MILFs into getting like that third glass of Chardonnay when they really shouldn't.
That's it. Go up, support local businesses, Lake Placid, New York. What is the name of the business again, man?
The Interlochen.
The Interlochen. It's kind of like the Locken, but it's Inter.
Yeah, like like INTERLAKENINN.
I like it.
Interlochen Inn.
Go do some leaf peeping in the fall, and support local business.
Yeah, I'll be up there next winter to film USCSAs.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Oh God, it's already that time again.
I mean, it's not, but
it's
is.
But it's kind of.
I've already marked it off on the calendar.
I mean, it's basically
I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah, I mean, it's around the corner.
Oh yeah.
So
First week of March.
Mirth products. Obviously we've done a lot of different
Talking
series.
about that, I remember
artist series.
Oh,
the first
you're not
one.
talking about merch.
Oh, I thought we were talking about merch.
Yeah,
No, we're talking about the video content, the things that really matter.
That's not a product. That's just content.
That is a
content.
video product we offer. Artist series.
Artist
Kind of
series.
live.
Boom. Yo, board games with band members.
Board games with band members.
Which is honestly still a great concept.
Mirth Minute.
Mirth Minute.
Skate Rat.
Hey, Skate Rat. Yeah, what else do we got? Jesus Christ. Every live show under the sun.
Oh my God.
Which is cool,
basically.
man.
Courtyard Sessions.
Courtyard Sessions. We got
What
Cheap
else we
Flights
do?
and Cornbread. We got Classless Bastards. We got now People and Places. The new version of Artist Series, which we are trying to do a lot with, which I am just going to plug since we're talking about. We did one on Family Tree, who you can see free Monday nights right here. Same people that are in Super 400. Great show. But People and Places is our new documentary style video stuff that we're going to be putting out. Greg Bell documentary definitely lit a fire under my ass and made me want to do it more often. And the only reason why I didn't do it the past couple of years is just was it just would have been too much.
Yeah, you're doing the Greg Bell documentary.
And that was the thing. We hit a point. We were like, we're trying to do too much at once, and that's a good thing. That's a bad thing. But I think now we got some type of rhythm, focus. While it's not perfect every week, you got a podcast each and every single week, two actually, depending on which week it is, and to be able to look back at all the live concerts that we shot. I mean, we now have I think 502 videos on the Mirth Films YouTube channel. That's crazy.
Bonkers.
I mean,
bonkers.
If you think about it, if that's a video a week for
Almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
crazy,
hard.
dude.
I wanted to check out the Formula 5 show that we filmed, and it's scrolling through forever. It's
So much.
Wow.
So I have an idea. We've done a few rank articles, ranking every Mirth Films video.
Bro, that's like a Patreon only 10-hour binge.
But What takes more than 10 hours to do? A 24-hour podcast.
Christ.
That is our dude. Instead of reading
Bullshit.
the user manual to
like
your
the reading manual.
board.
It was fun at first, and then it was like,
Frankie, we were so dead. Hearing you try to read that actually pissed me off.
I just remember getting frustrated. I was like, this
dude,
sucks.
fucking yeah, and then we ran out of English words, so I flipped and it was like fucking the Italian version. I'm just trying to read this.
I was like,
when I
what?
speak Spanish, this is pretty similar. It was just a disaster.
What a time to live.
It was great. I'm looking forward to doing it again. I actually had so much fun.
I am too. I think we know what goes into it next time, and it is really definitely not a sprint.
It's a marathon.
I treated it as a sprint.
And I will say, yeah, I mean, like we've talked about this before, but like by like hour 7, it was like, wait a second. we still have 17 hours to go. Like after 7 hours, like 7's a lot, you know, like, and it's crazy. And I think since then, maybe we broke Facebook, but I think you can only go live on Facebook for like
8 hours at a time.
8 hours, less now. I think it's like 7.
But what we know now is when to stop and start those streams.
Yes.
So maybe that's what we do is to be safe. If we do Facebook and YouTube, every 6 hours, say, hey, take just a quick boop, boop, back at
relaunch,
it.
boom, boom. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Because we didn't know that. We were like, why is this
Yeah, we
stream
hit
done?
all of the limits.
Dude,
We hit
I
all
also
of
think
them
we
for sure.
throttled Doug's internet.
Mirth going forward, guys. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing next. All we know is that we got a fucking huge party coming up in October. Huge one.
Do we?
I mean, I think there's a couple things planned, but yes, there is definitely
Huge.
a big old get together coming in October.
And dude,
that
hey, maybe you're invited.
Yes.
I hope everybody's invited.
That's it, man.
Yeah, if you don't show up, we're calling the police.
Yes.
And it's going to be a good one. It's already kind of public. Wild in the Trees, you already know we do it. It is happening again October 7th and 8th. Details will come out as we plan them, but there will not be an official announcement with a lineup for at least a few months. But this year is going to be the biggest one yet. Obviously, everybody's going to be there.
Dude, it's going to be the
Dude,
best. It's the
everybody.
last best.
Dude, do you understand? In the process of trying to acquire sponsorships, I have DM'd some of the wildest groups of people. Tony Hawk, John Daly, and Country Club adjacent.
I would love John Daly.
Oh, dude, I would love
We
that.
should
John
hit up
Daly
Rob
there.
Deerdeck.
Rob Deerdeck.
Dude, and the R.I.P. Big, by the way.
Yeah, for real. For real.
R.I.P. Big.
That's now I'm sad again. But, dude, yeah, so,
We got a festival
dude,
coming
Country
up.
Club adjacent hit me back up, and I sent them last year's recap. They're like, dude, this looks dope. And I'm just like, all right, you can make your checkout too. Blah, blah, blah. And then, dude, scene.
Left on scene.
Like, fuck. I'm sitting outside chain smoking cigarettes. I'm like, come on, dude, come on.
That's our life, man. Just left on scene.
Left on
We're
scene.
just trying to raw dog life right now, guys.
Dude,
fucking-
yes. Raw dog that life.
How did you do it in the?
So just like that one GIF with that guy who's like in a documentary who's like, you know what I'm talking about? Raw dog in life. But back to the real thing here, like, yeah, we got some shit happening this year. We're going to be a part of a lot of different festivals. First off, Memorial Meltdown. You're going to see us there both days. Come say hello. Ask for a sticker. We'll have stickers to give out.
I'm running the merch booth, baby.
We're going to have a merch booth. And then also, we're going to have Rock the Dock, July 8th. That's going to be a hell of a time. We will be on the grounds for that. We'll be on the grounds for Rye Bread. We'll be on the grounds for 80K Music Fest. We'll be on the grounds.
We're going to be on the ground, just on the ground.
And Tony Hawk's Underground.
Ooh.
So, we got a lot of shit going on. And while we would love to sit here and tell you all of it,
I think it's better just to stay tuned.
I like the idea of staying tuned and letting our actions speak for our words. I think that's when we thrive our best. And right here,
Dude,
boom.
I like the idea of just putting a clickbaity title somewhere.
I like it.
You'll never guess what happens all fucking summer.
That's it. Never guess, and because we don't know either. People have said like, "Hey, do you guys just do stuff in the now?" I'm like, I try not to, but like,
But
it's
that
so
kinda
hard
happens.
sometimes.
It's like going to Denny's, man. No one plans on it. It just kind of happens.
Oh, God.
Just kinda
I
happens.
hate
End up there.
Denny's. I hate Denny's.
Dude, fried cheese melt though.
3 a.m.
No,
I
would've
love
thought to
Denny's.
puke.
Dude, the grilled cheese with mozzarella cheese sticks inside of it.
Ooh.
With the fucking marinara sauce, dude.
Nope, I'd rather not.
I'll make it homemade for you.
Okay.
I'll take it homemade actually.
Yes.
Get ready to live,
It's just
dude.
the Denny's part of the equation
Dude,
I don't like.
It's just too generic, man.
It's too many drunken nights. Like I think I've thrown up on Denny's more than like any other food, and it might not be Denny's fault.
But
It
it's
just
just
leaves a
coincidence.
bad taste in the mouth. You know,
Bad
it's just
memory.
like you mix shitty alcohol with brisk, and now you just can't drink
I
brisk.
was so happy you said that. I can never ever now, and it sucks. I used to love peach iced tea, peach flavored drinks. I cannot drink anything with peach because that was like my mixer with a vodka drink,
Yeah, the
like
Crystal Palace.
Skull. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't see anything wrong in that. You know, if you like money,
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, when you have $30 and you need to buy both a bottle, a mixer, and a bag, it's like
There you go. That's college right there, man.
life.
Fleshman's.
Brick and Hattie.
Got a Black Velvet. We're just listing off nasty, cheap liquors that we
Yeah.
recommend to
Absolutely,
anybody over
yeah.
21 years old.
The look up Discuss. So one of the first freelance gig I ever did for Frankie, Ramon and I got hired to shoot a wedding, and it was just, I don't remember much about it, but I just remember I felt so uncomfortable. I accidentally fucking blew up on a on one of like the servers runners because I thought she was yelling at us to move our equipment, and she'd already talked to us like twice. So she comes through. I'm like, dude, we're fucking working on it, and she was just there to tell us that they made a table for us so we could have a meal. And so I don't remember the exact payment, but it was like $100 and a bottle of liquor. And you're like, dude, let me know what liquor. Oh, it's Black Velvet, dude. And the look of disgust as you brought it over,
Wow.
dude. Don't get me wrong, I love Black Velvet. I'll still drink it.
I
But
think,
I've cut down on it.
ugh, dude, Black Velvet, man. It's not that.
Sounds nice.
It's not that soft.
It's at least a great song.
It is. And now, yeah, man, it's just crazy. We're sitting here at the Putnam place, and this is normal. Like, that, to me, is the great thing in all of this. Is like, we get to be involved with a lot of different things, with a lot of different people, in a greater cause, and not doing things for us. Like, it's so much fun to come and do this every week, even if it sucks that it's in the morning. Fucking follow your dream. Like, you live life once, your 20s go super fast, and fuck, dude, like, you might as well have a good time. Like, if you find yourself sitting at a desk or being bitched at by a shitty boss, or it's just not what you really want to be doing in life, no one is making you do what you have to do. And it sucks sometimes that you got to do stuff for money, but if you find that extra hour or two within your day to do something with yourself, to follow your passion, over time it will be all worth it. Because, dude, like, we would go to work and then from like 5 till like 1 in the morning, like, pump out articles, video, do something. Like, work didn't end when we got done with our day job, and that's the only reason why we're here today. Plain and simple.
Can we do that thing like that they do in the WWE where, like, we fake hitting and being hit by a steel chair? I see so many steel chairs over there.
I think
That was a very serious thing you were talking about, and that's all I can think of.
as long as I can smack you with it first,
Dude,
man.
do it.
But life is not about being serious. And yeah, it looks like Brett is actually going
No,
to.
you really wants to get hit
What's
with
the
steel
best
chair.
way? Better to unclip from there or just unclip from here, do you think?
So thank you guys for tuning in. It's up episode 44 of Cheap Flights and Cornbread. Take it away, boys.
Smoke them if you got them.